Okay, ma'am.
Dr. JP, sir, please start.
Yes, yes. So, a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome, Manoj sir, on board.
Thank you, sir.
So, to present his brief introduction, today's person is Dr. Manoj Vishwakarma sir. He is practicing technology day and night. His educational qualifications are he has done his BTech in the stream of agriculture engineering from Jawaharlal Nehru Krishi Vishwavidyalaya Jabalpur, and has done MTech in dairy and food engineering from IIT Kharagpur. He has experience of more than 25 years in private sector, central autonomous body, and central government also. He specializes in seed processing and is presently working as Group A gazetted officer in the form of seed processing engineer at National Seed Research and Training Center, Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare at Varanasi. So, with this brief introduction, may I now request our resource person Manoj sir to please start his deliberation.
Thank
Manoj
you
sir.
very much, sir. And uh, thank you for introducing me. I'm Vishwakarma, Chief Processing Engineer at NSRTC Varanasi. Basically, this center is the subordinate office of Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, New Delhi. And we are associated with the quality control wing of the department, and we are helping the farming community by making the availability of the quality seeds and as a quality control arrangement throughout the country. So, as I'm going to present my lecture in seed processing and storage of seeds, sir, I would like to request I'm audible to all of you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, as seed is the basic and most critical input for sustainable agriculture, and the response of all other inputs depends on the quality seeds to a larger extent, and it has been estimated that the direct contribution of quality seed alone to the total production is about 15 to 20%, depending upon the crops, and it can be further raised up to 45% with efficient management of the other inputs. This shows that how important the seed is. Now, in any quality seed production system, we have different stages like production at the field, harvesting, seed drying, processing, seed treatment, packaging, and storage. And we have to take utmost care at every stage, whether it's production, harvesting, drying, processing, treatment, packaging, storage, and then only we get the quality seed. And how we are going to accomplish the quality seed, basically after receiving the harvested seed mass in our processing plant, we have to upgrade the quality of the seed through innovative post harvest operations. Basically, seed quality upgradation throughout the innovative post-harvest operations and delivery the high-quality seeds to our growers, that is the farming community, is necessary for ensuring the improved crop production to achieve the food security, to promote sustainable agriculture and meeting the growing environmental changes. You can say that food security is therefore dependent on the seed security, and every farmer should get sufficient quantity of quality seeds which are genetically pure, having high seed vigor, good germination, percent associated with the right farming practices at the right time at the reasonable cost. So, I can say quality seed production that follows the efficient certification procedures plays major role in increasing the food production of the country. Now, what we receive after harvest in our seed processing plant, that is the raw seed material. That seed lot contains lot of impurities which are not desirable to be with the uh, seeds because they make the seed lot unfit for storage These impurities are light and chaffy seeds, off-size seeds, damaged, deteriorated seeds, soil clods, seeds of other crops, weed seeds, soil particles, etc. And these blockages need to be removed from the seed lot because they make the seed lot unfit for storage, packaging, mechanical replanting, and marketing. You can see what are the different contaminants associated with the seed when we receive the harvest from the field, and the seed processing is done to make the seed suitable for safe storage, packaging, marketing, and mechanical replanting by taking the advantage of the differences in the physical characteristics of the product and the undesirable material. Now, the processing is done on the basis of the size of the seed, that is called the size grading. We consider length and width of the seed for this purpose, density grading, separation on the basis of the aerodynamic behavior, separation on the basis of other physical parameters like magnetic field, electric field, rolling resistance. But the ultimate aim is to improve the quality of the seed lot. Now, these are the steps which we follow to process the seed which we received from the field. And you can see for a fresh seed is received from the field. First, we check the moisture content because we have to process the seed when it is having the optimum moisture content. Otherwise, it will give the impact damage through the seeds and it will deteriorate the quality of the seed. When we check the moisture content and found suitable, we directly go for processing operation. Otherwise, we have to dry the seed so that it reaches to optimum moisture level. First machine in the seed processing plant is the pre-cleaning. The basic requirement in this expected from this machine is to remove all the blockages associated with the seed so that the seed material flows easily in the subsequent machines. Then we go for fine cleaning. After that, specific gravity separation, seed treatment, and finally the packaging of the seeds. And you can see we require the following equipments, machinery for processing the seeds, seed cleaner, seed cleaner cum grader, indented cylinder separator. This is also called the length separator, seed treater, seed drying unit, seed holding bins, weighing machines, bag closure, conveyor system, seed elevators, other connected equipment, accessories, and different sizes of the seeds, seed testing laboratory equipments too are required in the seed processing plant. And the physical characteristics of the seeds are the size, length, weight, shape, and color. On the basis of these parameters, we do the processing on the basis of size. Uh, this air screen machine is used for on the basis of the length of the seed. Disc or indented cylinder is used to separate the seeds on the basis of the density. Specific gravity separator is used, and on the basis of the shape of the seed, spiral separator or draper separator for round and fat seeds are used. And the last one, the color. Electronic color sorters are used to separate the seeds, uh, good seeds from the off-colored seeds. These are the requirements in the seed processing plant. There should be a complete separation, minimum seed loss, upgrading should be possible for any particular quality, machineries should be very efficient, and they should have only the minimum requirements. Now you can see this is the building plant layout for seed processing plant. At the center you will see we have this space for housing the plant machineries. Along with this, we should have a space for seed stores, for seed laboratory, space for office, and this is the space for receiving the seed material, and we should have a space for keeping our equipments like generators as a backup system when the power supply fails. And now you can see this is the flow diagram of the modern seed processing plant. Here you can see we have all the machineries in a sequence, and you can see each and every machine are interconnected with bucket elevators. First, we have seed dryer. If required, we dry the seed. Otherwise, we directly put the seed material in the first elevators. This lifts the material and put into the pre-cleaner. You can see this is the pre-cleaner, and it is having different ports for impurities. And after removing all the undesirable materials from the seed lot, the seed only goes to second elevator. It is again elevated and fed to the third machine, that is the seed grader. Basically, this machine removes the off-size and undersize seed material, and then the seed goes to third machine where lens separator is fitted, and it removes the cut seeds. After that, the seed goes to next machine, that is the specific gravity separator. All the low density seeds are to be removed by this machine. Here we get the quality seed, and that goes to the treater, and then finally go to the product tank where we are having the auto weighing system depending on the requirements of the seed of a particular crop, how much amount of the seed is required in a 1 acre or hectare of the land. We prepare the packaging sizes, and we use these packaging machines to seal the packets, and finally the seeds are sent to the stores. And you can see all the machines are interconnected with the bucket elevators. One is the feeding point, and the last one is the where we get the final product. So this makes this processing plant semi-automatic. You can see the impurities which are removed from different machineries are light impurities, number one, number two, coarse impurities, number three, small impurities, number four, light impurities, short impurities, low density seeds. In this way, we process the seed, and one thing is very important from human safety point of view, because when we process the seed, lot of dust comes out through the machines, and the whole environment becomes dusty. So now in the modern seed plants, we have one arrangement over each machines to collect the dust, and the dust is collected into the cyclone separator, and it goes into the dust room. When we have such type of system, the processing plant remains clean, environment remains clean, and our workers and supervisors remain safe from this dusty environment. And you can see this is the seed processing plant which we are having at our center. We are also having all the machineries required for seed processing, but the capacity is low. Now you can see seed processing machines are designed to take the advantage of the difference in the physical properties of the seeds and the undesirable components, including undersized, damaged, insect infested, and diseased seeds. Physical properties include but are not limited to length, width, thickness of the seed, density, terminal velocity, drag coefficient, and seed texture of the surface of the seed. All the machines for grading and pre-cleaning, the most important is the seed selection. Depending on the size of the seed, we have to select the top screen, that is the scalping screen, and bottom screen, that is the grading screen. You can see here round seed. In case of round seed, we have to use top screen as a round holes and bottom screen as a slotted one. For oblong seed, both the top and bottom screens are slotted holes, and for landscape seed, we should use the top screen as slotted and bottom screen with round holes. You can see these are the seeds which are normally used in the seed processing plants. For other seeds, these are rarely used and are specific to particular crops. And you can see the recommendations are given as a seed aperture sizes for seed processing. One book is there, we call it View Book, and it is having all the information related to seed aperture sizes. It is published by the ministry, and you'll find the aperture sizes for almost all the crops like cereals. We have barley, paddy, wheat, millets, different kinds of millets. Then for pulses, oil seeds, vegetable crops, cucurbits, fruit vegetables, green leafy vegetables, cole crops, bulb crops. Here, this X represents for the screens with slotted oblong perforations, and S represent this R represents the round hole perforations. And for mature field crops, we have the specifications of the screens for paddy, wheat, rapeseed mustard, maize. We are having the top screen and bottom screen. This should be used to get maximum recovery with the minimum losses. And to further enhance our recovery with the minimum loss in the rejections, we should optimize the seeds by using such type of equipment. This is the seed analyzer. We take the set of seeds and put our 5 kg, around 5 kg of material, and we run these machines. Depending on the maximum retention over the seed, we can further select the seeds for precision cleaning and grading. Now come to the actual seed processing machines with higher capacity. You can see this is the plant, and this is the pre-cleaner. Actually, it do the rough cleaning. It is a air screen machine. It improves the flow of the seed mass in the machines down the line. You can see it has this different outlets for coarse impurities, small impurities, middle impurities, having arrangement of dust collection over the machines. It has this is the housing deck. It is fitted with the seeds after selection for a particular. If we are going to process a wheat crop, then we have to select the seeds accordingly. We put the seeds in the housing, and we have to make different settings like feed rate, slope of the screen, the pitch of the screen, and it should be properly optimized so that we should get proper cleaning of the seeds, and the machine should be able to remove all the impurities associated with the seed in case of the pre-cleaner. Now you can see this is the very important and basic machine in the seed processing plant. This is the screen grader. It has a feed hopper with the two sieves and different openings for dust, airliftings, and finally we get the product here. And you can see we have to adjust the feed rate properly. We have to adjust the oscillation speed of the screen, pitch of the screen, slope of the screen, and then only we are able to get the high cleaning and grading efficiency. This first, the top screen that is called the scalping screen is set at the steep slope for uh, fast removal of the trashes and weed seeds, while the grading screen is to set at flat slope to hold the seed longer for close separation. As long as the seed is in contact with the seeds, it will give a proper separation. Undersized seeds and oversized seeds are removed properly. And this machine should be fitted with the knuckles, beakers, and brushes or rubber balls so that it should have the provision of the self-cleaning. You can see at the bottom of the seeds, we may have arrangement like nylon brushes or bouncing balls, so they keep on tapping the sieves and the sieve remains cleaning and we get the proper separation of the seeds. The screening efficiency can be increased by increasing the length of the screen, but the structural strength reduces. Hence, this we have to optimize the size of the sleeve so that our structural strength remains intact and we get the proper separation. And you can see this is also a screen grader of Westrup, Denmark. It's a very good machine for processing the vegetable seeds. Now you can see how the seed material comes over the seeds and how different fractions are separated from the seed mass. You can see this green one is this cut off material. It is removed, and red one is the undersized material. It is passed to the second sieve and it is collected here. And green, this blue one are the lighter impurities. They are collected by the cyclone separator, and finally we get the clean product here. You can see this is the actual picture of the seeds over the screen. We have to optimize the feed rate so that every seed should have opportunity to touch the screen. If feed rate is high, then the small seed may go in further machines. So it should be properly optimized to get the close separation. You can see these are the bouncing balls. They are placed below the sieves. They keep on tapping the sieves and sieves remain closing. This is another arrangement where we have the brushes that nylon brushes that keep on moving and cleans the sieve during processing. This is the machine, we call it indented cylinder separator. It is also called the lens separator. This is very important machine when we have the cut seeds in our seed mass. How the cut seeds comes in the seed mass? Actually, when the crop is harvested by combine, some seeds like paddy, wheat, they cut lengthwise and they need to be removed from the seed mass. You can see this machine has one cylinder that is having indents or you can say undercut pockets. It revolves anti-clockwise and inside the cylinder one tray is fitted to collect the cut seeds or short impurities. And when this, we have to adjust the speed of the cylinder, feed rate, so that we should have the proper separation. And you can see the size and shape of the indent is selected as per the requirement of the seed lot, and we have to adjust this tray so that the seed may now not go inside the trough or the impurities may not remain inside the cylinder. So accordingly, we have to adjust the seed, and when this cylinder rotates and seed mass comes inside the cylinder, you'll see the short seeds they fit into indents due to centrifugal force. And when reaches to this point, the gravitational force exceeds the centrifugal force and they fall down inside the trough. In this way, we have the separation. This all the cut seeds or short impurities are removed in different force, and the seed always remains inside the cylinder, and the cylinder is slightly inclined so that this good seed keep on moving, and it is again goes to our next elevator, and it is fed to the next machines for next processing operation. The operation parameters like cylinder speed, size of the indent, feed rate, pitch of the cylinder are to be adjusted well. High cylinder speed increases the centrifugal force and the seed will fall inside the trough. Which otherwise, another way, if we keep the speed of the cylinder slow, all the liftings will fall inside the cylinder only, and it will not be our seat load will not be properly cleaned. So we have to make a balance between the feed rate and speed of the cylinder. Now, next machine is the specific gravity separator. This is very important machine, and it has to be used while seed processing plant. Even though if you have achieved the minimum standards after seed grading, but this machine, the use of this machine is mandatory, and to have the high quality and proper storage of seeds in our seed godowns, we should use this machine. This machine is fitted with the perforated deck. Just below these perforated deck, we have blowers that blows the air with a high velocity. Here you can see the seed is fed through the feed hopper, and when it comes over the deck, this deck moves, and the seed comes, and at the same time air comes out of the seed. You can see here it works on the principle of the flotation, in which the seeds are vertically stratified in layers over the deck. Yes, stratification means three layers of the seeds are formed over this deck. Bottom layer is of heavy seeds, top layer is of light seeds, and in between we have the seeds with heavy and light seeds. And when this deck moves to and fro, all the heavy material comes towards the right. Light seed material comes towards the left, and in between we have a mix of heavy and light seeds. So heavy fraction is removed and it is moved further as a seed. The light fraction is removed as a rejection, and the middle one, that fraction is again fed to the same machine with the help of the return elevator. And you can see we are having on the two fractions good seeds and the light impurities, low density seeds. Actually, that has to be removed from the seed lot. Now, this is the spiral separator. It is a very simple machine that operates completely by the gravity. This machine doesn't require any type of power. It has no moving parts, no prime movers. This separates the seed according to the shape, density, and degree of brownness or the ability to the roll. The seed mass is fed into the inner flight from the feed hopper. As the seed moves down the inclined inner flight, spherical seeds roll rapidly and they attain higher velocity than the non-spherical seeds, and they come into the outer flight. And the flat seeds that remains inside the inner flights, and in this way they are collected in different ports. So this is the machine that can be used if we are having a mix of flat or round seeds, or the seeds with the flat impurities, and we can easily separate these two fractions. While processing and after achieving the quality seed, that is after the specific gravity separation, the seed is to be treated with the chemicals and the as per the recommendations by the seed pathologist, what type of chemical is to be used in a particular seed crop. The advice, and accordingly the seed treatment is done in the seed processing plant. We have different type of seed treaters, like seed treatment is done with powders, that is called the dry dressing, and we have the slurry seed treaters and mistomatic type of seed treaters. You'll see this mistomatic type of seed treaters are very efficient. They give high coating efficiency around 80 to 95%, and these machines are fitted with the uh, seed metering unit here, chemical metering unit, chemical delivery unit, and mist formation unit, mixing and discharge unit. You can see a measured quantity of chemicals is comes into this box, and at the same time as a measured quantity of seed goes inside this chamber, and this chemical goes inside this one disc is there that rotates at very high rpm, and when the chemical comes over the disc, a mist is formed, and that mist or chemical forms a fine layer over the seed, and it remains adhered to the seed for a longer period. In this way, we can say, and we have used these machines, and it gives you higher coating efficiency, and in comparison to the slurry treaters. Uh, Dry dressing, in case of dry dressing, simply the seed is mixed with the dry powder in the seed dressing drum, and the seed come out of the drum, and it is collected and filled in the our packaging material seed bags. The weighing is very important, as weighing must be accurate. This is a legal responsibility for the weight stated on the label. Actually, while after processing, when the seed is filled in the bags, we have to put one label that has all the information about the seeds, and we put the weight, how much weight is there. So our weight is to be proper, and we should use digital machines like this. It has these machines are durable, accurate readings, proper calibration, having storage capacity also, and these machines should be calibrated at least once in a year. And while processing, after processing and while packaging the seeds, we should cross check the weight of the seeds by using another balance, so that we can ensure that whatever the weighings are going on, that are accurate. In modern seed processing plants, you can see we have arrangements for auto weighing, and you can see this is the auto weighers. Here we can weigh 10 to 50 kg or 2 to 10 kg. These machines are having digital LED display. They are operated by the electromechanical solenoid valve, having low power consumption, and they are load cell based machines, so microprocessor controlled, and we have to set the weight one time only. If we are going to weigh 10 kg of seeds, we just set the machine with 10 kg, and every time 10 kg material comes in this hopper, our workers fill that particular material in the bags, and in this way, every time you will get whatever the you have set. You can set 5 kg, 10 kg, 20 kg, depending upon the packaging sizes. And now this is a machine that is used for closing of the bags, bag stitching machines, platform type of machines. This is actually new long machines, very efficient machines, and it can give 500 to 600 bags per hour. And machine is suitable for paper bag, jute bag, woven bag, or poly bags. These are the handheld machines, and these are the thread that is used for stitching the machines. And depending on the crop which we are going to process, and what class of crop we are processing, we have to put the labels. As if we process the breeder seed, we have to use this label. We are producing the foundation seed, we have to use this label. For certified, this is azure blue, and for truthfully labeled seed, it is opal green. After processing, the seed sample is taken from the seed mass, and it is sent to these testing laboratories. And if it conforms to the minimum requirements, then it is validated for 6 months from the date of the initial certification. And A lot will be eligible for extension of the early edit period as long as it conforms to the prescribed standard. If this period is over, that particular sample is sent again to the laboratory and it can be validated further for 6 months provided on retesting the seed conforms to the prescribed standards in terms of the physical purity, germination of the seeds of different crops. As we have processed the seed with the machines and all and a sample is taken for seed testing. After that, when we switch over to another crop or another variety, cleaning of the processing plant is very important. Otherwise, there will be a problem of the mechanical mixture. And in order to avoid that mechanical mixture, we should give high priority to the cleanness of the plant. Machines are to be cleaned properly between the different crops of the different varieties. Such type of equipment should be used for proper cleaning of the seed processing plant. Even though we have run the plant for 1 hour for a short, small seed lot, but the cleaning takes uh, around 5 hours to clean the processing plant properly. When it is properly cleaned, we make the plants ready for next crops and accordingly. And in this way, if we do and take the precautions, there will not be any problem of mechanical mixture in the processing plant at least. Now, after processing, the seed is to be stored in the seed go downs, and you can say uh, when the sowing season comes, the companies, private companies, and other departments, even government departments comes to lift the seed, and till then it has to be properly stored. And three factors they affects the quality of the seed. If not we have the optimum value of these factors, it may reduce the germination of the seeds and other viability, and other factors are also reduced. These factors are seed moisture content itself, and moisture of the ambient air, and the temperature of the ambient air. If we control these factors, we can safely store the seeds for many years. And you can see if you reduce the moisture content of the seed, or there is a drop in 5-degree temperature, the storability of the seeds becomes double without any loss in the germination. Similarly, if we increase the moisture content of the seed by 1% and there is an increase in temperature by 5 degrees, the seed likes to become soft. So these factors are very important for storage of the seed, and if we control these factors, we can safely store and we can increase the longevity of the seeds. So in general terms, if we put the seed at 20 degrees Celsius and 40% RH, we can safely store the seed for more than 2 years. And as we still further reduce the temperature to 15 degrees and relative humidity 30%, we can store the seed for more than 5 years. Now you can see in the seed go downs, we should properly stack the seed so that there should be a proper identification, and this seed stack should not be close to the walls. There should be a space for movement, for inspection. If any insect infestation is not there, in modern seed stores, you can see we have control condition seed store with low temperature, low humidity, and we place the seed racks like this and place the seed material and proper packaging materials like this. This is the low temperature, low humidity seed store. This is the ambient condition seed store. The seeds are to be stacked properly. The maximum height we should have 5 meters, and there should be spacing between the stacks 0.6 meter, and so that we can have a easy inspection, and then only we can safely store the seed for longer period. And to have the proper moisture content in seed, seed drying is very important. Actually, this process removes the moisture content from the seed in order to improve the vigor and viability of the seed and thereby increasing the storage life. It helps to keep the seeds free from pests and disease incidents. Drying should be done at a lower temperature, and we have different methods for drying, like natural drying, sun drying, artificial mechanical drying with forced or natural or heated air. Uh, Basically, sun drying is practiced where we have good sunshine hours. Otherwise, we have to go for mechanical dryers. You can see we have different type of dryers here. This is the batch type of hot air drying system. You can see this is the bin with perforated tag. This is the heat exchanger. Actually, the uh, uh, dried, and that dried air is passed through the bottom of this. This is the plenum chamber, and it is passed through the seed. It takes the moisture from the seed and goes into ambient. Next one comes and it again takes the moisture. In this way, drying process goes on. And finally, uh, and intermittently, we have to check the moisture content, and finally, we achieve the proper moisture content. We stop the drying process. This mass is offloaded, and next batch comes in. Likewise, we go for drying of the seed in batch type of dryers, and you can see this is the refrigeration drying system. It is this dryer is specially designed for drying the vegetable seeds to 4% moisture content. You can see perforated trays are there. The seed which is to be dried is put into these trays, and the door is closed. And rest drying operations keep on, and inside the closed circuit, we have to set the machine in 4 steps. We have to make the temperature term combination so that we should have the seed with lower moisture content, and we should be able to retain its seed quality. And this is how the heated air comes in contact with the seed, and it removes the moisture from the seed. This is a system, continuous type of seed drying system. You can see this. This is the seed dryer. This is the heating arrangement. Hot air going inside this dryer. Wet seed is coming here. Dry seed is coming out, and from this point, moisture is going out. In this way, that is again goes to this heater. It is moisture is removed, heated to a desired level, and it again goes. In this way, a continuous drying system is there. And one most important point that is to remember that the maximum air temperature for seed drying should be 43 degrees Celsius. If we go beyond 43 degrees Celsius, it will spoil the seed. And you can see the depending on the moisture content of the seeds, drying air temperature in degrees Celsius over 18 should be 32 degrees. That is the drying air temperature. For 10 to 18 moisture content, we should have 37 degrees Celsius temperature. Under 10, we should have 43. And these are all are reported in journals. And you might be aware about the drying beads. Actually, uh, drying beads are recently development of the desiccant technology. This can be quickly and efficiently dry the seeds for safe storage. It lowers down the moisture content, and the seed can be um, kept in hermetic containers at the lower moisture levels. It also prevents the losses from the rodents, insects, moths, and you can see it's these are the ceramic balls, and they are the super absorbers and are specifically designed for drying the seeds. They are able to reduce the relative humidity of the air to 0%, and they can be easily regenerated by heating it at, to a temperature to 200 degrees Celsius in 2 or 3 hours, and they are perfectly reusable. These beads can absorb up to 25% of their weight. Here you can see this is the depending on the initial moisture content of the seed and the target moisture content. This gives an idea about the ratio of the beads to the seed for trying. Seed should be dried to 8 to 10% moisture and stored in controlled condition room to maintain the seed viability, provided the seeds are packed and stored in steel containers or the bag. The main objective of the seed storage is to maintain the initial quality like germination, purity, vigor, and along with the storage provided for suitable for even better conditions. The main objective is the maintenance of the acceptable capacity for germination and emergence. It can only be achieved by reducing the rate of deterioration to the degree required to maintain the acceptable level of the quality for the desired period. You can see these are the different stages or segments of the seed stores: post maturation, pre harvest segment, period from physiological maturity to harvest maturity, it is in the field; bulk seed segment, period from harvest to packaging; bulk seed in aeration drying bins or such bins; packaged seed segment, period from packaging to the distribution, it is in warehouse; distribution and marketing segment, period during distributing and marketing the seeds packaged in transit or retailers stores or sale point; on farm storage, period from purchase of the seed to the planting of the seed, that is the on farm storage. So we have to store the seeds after processing. Till then, it is required for sowing. So we have to take care of the seed moisture and conditions of the environment, that is the temperature of the air and humidity, because these factors are mainly responsible for insect infestation and deterioration of the seed quality. For measuring the seed moisture, we should have the moisture meters like this. You can see these are the resistance type of moisture meters, and this is the capacitance type of moisture meter, but this is the non-destructive type. Whatever the seed material that is taken for measuring the moisture content, that remains intact. And in this type of moisture meters, we have to compress the seed material as per the user manual provided by the manufacturer, and we get the reading of the moisture. But the accuracy, in terms of accuracy, these moisture meters are more accurate in comparison to the capacitance type of moisture meter. And in all the seed testing laboratories and research centers, we will find such type of moisture meter for measurement of the moisture of the seed. These are the safe moisture content, and this gives idea about moisture content versus storage life of the seed. 11 to 13% moisture. You can see, store the seed for half year, 10 to 12, 1 year, 9 to 11, 2 years, and 8 to 10%. You can safely store the seed for 4 years. And this shows the role of moisture in the life of the seed. You can see at the developing stage, the moisture content is very high. At physiological maturity, it has moisture content this much. Then when it comes after harvest and processing and storing in the seed stores, it is reduced to 4 to 8%, and then again the moisture content when the seed germinate and the water imbibe into it, the moisture content becomes 33 to 60%. So this shows the role of moisture in the life of the seed. And depending on the period of storage, whether it is short-term storage, medium-term storage, and or long-term storage, this graphical representation between seed moisture and relative humidity gives the idea how long and at what temperature and about what humidity condition and seed moisture we are going to store the seeds. You see at more than 70% humidity and at around 14% moisture, that is not safe for storage of the seeds. So we have to lower down the humidity to make it to increase the longevity of the seed. This shows the relationship between the relative humidity and the moisture content. You can see as the relative humidity increases, seed moisture content also increases. Seed being the hygroscopic in nature, it has the ability to reduce, give off the moisture or to take the moisture. And if we put the seed in cloud condition stores, the seed will be safely stored for many years because it moisture comes to a equilibrium moisture level and can be stored for longer period. Here you will see in terms of the seeds with the passage of times. We talk about the seed quality like vigor, germination. The vigor of the seed falls and then the germination of the seed goes down. Similarly, in terms of vigor and viability of the seeds, vigor goes down earlier than viability of the seed with the passage of the time. This is already over. And if you come talk about the packaging materials, we have to properly select the packaging material because it is very important for proper storage of the seeds. Seeds are to be packaged into various sizes from packets holding a small quantity to bulk bins holding large quantity of the seeds. And in determining the type of container, the following points need consideration. We have to consider these points: the quality of seeds desired in each quantity of seeds desired in each package, the product type of production desired, the cost of the packaging material, value of the seeds, the storage conditions in which the container is to be placed, and the facilities for drying the seeds. So these points need to be considered while selecting the packaging material. Depending on the storage period, whether it is a short-term storage, medium, or long-term storage, we have to select the packaging material. You can see these are the moisture and vapor pervious containers. These containers allow the entry of water in the form of vapor and liquid. These are best suited for short-term storage. The seeds in this container will attain the seed equilibrium moisture with the surrounding atmosphere. Cloth bags, canny bags, paper bags comes under this category. Next is the moisture pervious but vapor, moisture impervious but vapor pervious containers. They allow the entry of water in the form of vapor but not in the form of the liquid. The seeds in these containers can be carried over for longer period in humid conditions. Polybags of cannot be. The seeds cannot. The seeds in this container cannot be carried over in humid conditions. So we have to avoid the keeping the seeds with these packaging materials in the hot humid conditions. The poly bags less than 300 thickness and urea bags are comes under this category. And the last one is the moisture and vapor proof containers. These containers do not allow the entry of moisture in the form of liquid or vapor. These are used for long-term storage even in hot and humid conditions because the packaging material is having the thickness more than 700 gauge. Aluminum foil, pouches, rigid plastics comes under this category. These are the different type of packaging materials: paper bag, super bag, PP bags, jute bag, cloth bags, mostly used for packaging the seeds. Now, when we talk about the hermetic seed storage system, these are the part of the modern seed storage technology. These are the hermetic storage system. You can see they are easily available in the market. They consist of the two plastic halves and are joined together with an airtight zipper. When this actually a traditional trade name is cocoon, when it is loaded with the sacks of the commodity, it extends the germination life of the seeds and controls the insect pests without using any chemicals. So this seed can be safely stored in such type of containers. It is the small capacity packaging material, same one. Its capacity is around 50 kg. Its volumetric capacity 0.08 cubic meter. It has low oxygen permeability, low water vapor permeability, high puncture strength. Cost is around 80 rupees. It's reusable if not punctured. It is suitable for any type of crops. Even at the farm, farmer knows how to store the seeds, and at the farm level, they use such type of containers, but they dry the seed to 11, 10 to 11% before storing the seeds into these containers. The conditions of the seed stores and seed processing plant should not be like this. If any moisture is there, our seed will be infected by the pests, insects, and it will lose its quality. For seed storage purpose, we should have take such precautions so that we can safely store the seed in our normal seed godows for a longer period. And we should properly maintain the seed godows. They should be clean and dry. The bag should not be directly put into the floor because there is seepage of moisture from the floor, and we should use the wooden pallets or plastic pallets. The height should not be more than 6 to 8 bags, and we should have proper fumigation or spray, periodical spray in the seed godowns if there is incidence of this insects, and you have to take all these precautions to have the seed lot protected. Basically, the management of the seed store is maintaining the hygiene or sanitation conditions inside the seed stores. And now coming to the machine vision technology, because these are the tools which are actually gives us idea about any internal infestation in the seed, if the seed is stored in our seed godowns, or if the seed is processed and any machine is giving any impact damage to the seed, that can be easily seen by using the soft X-ray machine, and we can just rectify the problems and to avoid the impact damage. And you can see this is the soft X-ray machine. It is used to detect the internal infestation of the seed. If you are giving any priming treatment to the seed, it can be easily seen. The seed is kept over one tray inside this. It is scanned by the camera inside the machine, and the image is displayed over the CRT tube. And you can see this machine has different types of adjustments, and
A little interruption, sir. Can we quickly move towards the conclusion, because we have a couple of questions also for the discussion,
okay,
and we have almost 5
just
minutes
5 minutes,
left.
right?
Okay.
So it is a very important tool to detect, and we can see even we can detect the insect at larval stage. We can detect the impact damage to the seed. This is the machine that is used for seeing the internal damage, if any, or infestation. This is the color sorter. Whatever the machines we have seen in the previous slides, they cannot remove the off-colored seeds if it is present in the seed lot, because the seed is having same shape, size, and weight. But such problem comes with the seed lots which are weather damaged. If the crop is at maturity and rain comes, some of the seeds becomes discolored, and that they need to be removed from the seed lot. Otherwise, the overall germination of this lot will be lower. You can see we have word over pigeon tree and moon, and that seed lot was not meeting the minimum requirements as per Indian minimum seed standards. So we use these machines and improve the germination value of our seed lots. You can see this is the color sorter, how this works. It's sorting chamber, photoelectric cells, light source, and the seed comes one by one. If any discolored seed comes, its path is deflected and it is collected here. The good seed follows normal path and it is collected separately. Nowadays, we are getting seeds from private sector that is polymer coated. Basically, seed protectors, micronutrients, and other chemicals are added to improve the plant establishment or storability. And we are having good seed processing plant and storage. We should have proper seed store management system. We should have proper inventory, and it is well connected with the people who are responsible or dealing with the sale of the seed. In this way, we are able to give the seeds to our farmers time. We have to meet the purity and germination standards to by processing the seeds. These are the minimum standards. These are the safe moisture levels for different packaging materials and relative humidity and the length of the storage. Thank you. Thank you very much. We should be able to give sufficient quantity of high quality seeds with the high quality with the good germination percentage and right